And then lastly, on microgrids, I think this is a great segue for Matt. Why why are we coupling microgrids with MPSC? Um, we touched on the modularity point for a different system, but this idea of having interchangeable aspects, functions, and structure in our design, we you probably could see as we had those diagram representations, we can swap in and out components nice and cleanly and understand what are the interface impacts when we have clear definitions of those within our system model. Microgrids have a clear system boundary and they have interfaces. So when we do our context diagrams, when we do our system level IBDs, we can clearly show it suits itself really well to identifying these interfaces and seeing how we can insert the microgrid into different contexts. And then there's an aspect with microgrids as being a little bit of a more novel system. We need to be able to communicate and manage our complexity across interfacing stakeholders. We're going to be implementing our design in a building environment. Do we have a representation where we can say, hey, here are the interfaces that our system is going to have with you. Here's our assumptions, maybe from our standard design, that we're going to convey 240 volt AC at X amount of current, or we're going to use this common connector type, this part number, or this at least connector element. We're going to relay digital information using this protocol. Is it going to be wireless? Is it going to be wired? Like this interface definition, if a customer needs to come along and or you're trying to sell your system to a customer for them to implement, you have a very clear interface definition at a high system level that you can use for discussions and saying, here's what we need from you, or here's what we'll work together in a partnership to deliver so that your system can be successfully deployed. Here are my requirements that I have on those interfaces. What are your requirements on your interface? And then that high level system design, what you expose to the customer with the customer perspective is connected down to the detailed internal definition that your internal teams are using. So you have this connective thread. You're not creating a representation and collecting all the interfaces at the system level separate from what your you know subsystem engineers are working on. I hope that makes sense. I think we'll go through a couple examples where we can actually show that in week number 6.